unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord, where I am, that I am. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord, where I am, that I am. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord, where I am, that I am. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord. Holiness unto the Lord, where I am, that I am. Let us welcome beloved Archangel Jophiel as we sing his song. Number 300. Please stand. Legions of the central sun, we are come. We are in the oneness of the universal light of Christ. And Christine, my beloved, does impart the initiation of that word to you in this hour, beloved, for the feminine ray is raised up in you, and it is renewed as the fountain of light. So let the mother and let the cosmic virgins who are the archei be received by yourselves, who come in grace and, if you will, as the Shakti of the archangels. Know then the feminine power of the archei of God. Know them through the presence of wisdom's mother and mother flame. Now, beloved, as you are seated, golden flames form the seat of the Buddha. Thus, in the coolness of illumination's fire, so be seated in this our love. The loving presence of many angels of the sacred fire, weaving in and amongst you that filigree light, and garlands of flowers fastened as though to a lattice work. But this lattice work is as angel hair. So it is that God would then interpenetrate the matter spheres on the wavelength of your mantra, the portion of heaven that brings fragrance and unity with the etheric octave. Wisdom's flame shall have her perfect work, as wise dominion in your being takes command. Fear not then, for the mother of wisdom stands to defend the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, the disciples and the bhikkhus. Dear hearts of living fire, the solar ring in this hour through our presence now is become yellow fire rings surrounding cities and this place, this county and nation, and goes beyond this octave to ancient records. Millions of rings of yellow fire now upon the earth are set in motion for the piercing of the veil, and as an outer corona signifying that the great central sun magnet in all of the holiness of illumination's flame pouring out of the mind of God is truly focused in the heart of the earth. And dancing around these rings are angels of light and also nature spirits, and you may join them also, for ring upon ring of light this becomes circles of fire and the dance of Shiva. Shiva as the Holy Spirit, Shiva as the purging and the judging light. Thus these rings move, and each turning then of life within this wheel of the law does consecrate space and time, collapsing the evil that has ensconced itself therein, for evil is an energy veil, and when time and space collapse, so evil itself must collapse together with illusion. This may take place first in the mind and the heart of the devotee, beloved ones, then in the hearts of many, as nature and the four lower bodies of the earth become purified, as the ether itself penetrates the four elements, and as the five secret rays once again have expression. Beloved ones, illumination for the path of light is that which we bring, and the understanding of the inner retreat. As you know, there are a certain number of retreats of the Great White Brotherhood in the etheric octave, devoted to wisdom's flame, else under the direction of hierarchs who have attained on the second ray. Your own Royal Teton retreat at the Grand Teton is a center of cosmic Christ illumination, so dedicated by Lord Gautama, the Lords of Karma and Mighty Victory, so dedicated by Lord Lanto and Confucius. There is a turning of worlds, and as you have heard of the exchange of the poles, so you may contemplate the interchange of the hemispheres, whereby east and west reverse roles, and the wisdom of God and the spirituality and the holiness now does become the principal thing for those rising from the heap of materialism to the pinnacle of praise, having been so surfeited in all these things that they desire only union with God. Whereas the impoverished masses and peoples of the East, having not had the abundance of material things, now enter the age of the worship of the gods of materialism and the forsaking of the ancient teachings of their fathers. And thus products come, inundating the West out of the East, goods of all sorts, as well as goods of mechanization and scientific precision. Beloved ones, the precipitation flame that burns in the Grand Teton is a mighty living fire. We have drawn to the West, therefore, the souls of light, who may easily dispense with material things, for they have enjoyed the abundant life and seek now to lay it upon the altar of humanity and to claim the highest gifts of Christhood and Buddhahood. See then, therefore, that the religions of the world must complement one another until all embody equally the paths that lead to the God mastery of the 7 chakras. Christine comes now, and with the delicate ones who accompany her, there is an arranging now of silken garment, of sacred fire, of golden flame. Beloved ones, there is a draping of your bodies as though you were monks in an ancient Buddhist temple, else among the Essenes, or of the mystics of Zarathustra. Have you not meditated on the word before? Have you not become the word? Are you not a part of the moving stream of the word and the eternal sound? I have known you forever and a day also. I am Jophiel, and I desire that you should go back now, back to the ages of glory and golden ages of China, where you served under those masters who have long ascended, leaving a vacuum for you to step into their shoes. But some have lost the memory of where the master has placed his shoes, under the bed or in a cave, or in some lost field or beneath the earth. It is not so easy to find that which is lost, beloved ones. It is not so easy to discover and reconnect, but the thread of contact is reestablished through the devotion of Kuan Yin and beloved El Morya, who also ruled in ancient China. Therefore, the Lord of the first ray does know indeed the path of wisdom with Kuthumi, and the world teachers, Jesus, and his own Kuthumi, have gone north and south and east and west, establishing grids of light and illumination's flame. Beloved ones, how important it is for truth to be established and for the perversions of the flame and of wisdom and of light to be bound and judged, that they not encroach upon the true golden flowers of the crown chakra. Thus Lord Himalaya and the god and goddess Meru, thus focuses around the world established by the wisdom masters, have set the open door for the banishment of the darkness of ignorance. Beloved ones, illumination is king. Wisdom is queen. Understand that this flame, when it seizes the mind of the sincere, those who try to be just and pure in all their doings, will guide and reform and convert souls, souls by the millions who know the truth because they have been illumined and enlightened by that truth. Understand that truth is a quality of seeing by the all-seeing eye of God. One may see the truth, but to know the truth must one have the infusion of illumination's flame for the understanding of that which one has seen. Therefore, simply because truth parades in the marts of commerce, or should the ascended masters walk down the streets of New York City, does not guarantee that truth will be recognized. And it has often come to pass that truth has been despised by those indoctrinated by error. Indeed, this has always been the ploy, the anticipation by the adepts of the left-handed path of the coming of truth. Therefore, the setting up of councils of error and erroneous doctrine, misinformation, disinformation, manipulation of the press and the media, so that a whole nation may believe a lie concerning this or that situation and reject the truth and mock it when beloved Pallas Athena comes. Therefore, beloved, wrapped in beautiful silken robes, seated in the lotus of the Buddha, you come now. It is well to restore and know the peace of ancient times. It is well to be in the heart of hearts of God. This is the meaning of the inner retreat. This is why we call you apart and say, establish your base of operation. Let it be practical in every way. Ensure your economic as well as your spiritual survival. And then do not spend all of your days in retreat, but go forth in the ritual of the atom from the center of that sun to the periphery, desiring to minister unto life until you are spent and have given all light and must retreat once again to the etheric plane that is so evident, so there at our royal Teton Ranch. Blessed ones, the inner city of light, the retreat of the Divine Mother, is a place called home by many souls. It is a veritable city, and the light is a golden light upon its streets, and hosannas are come, and the restoration of the divine woman clothed with the sun, who is the Divine Mother, of whom you are a part, whose messengers you are, whose expression you manifest in all poetic tenderness and in all sternness of the cutting edge of the sword of Shiva. Thus, it is well to enjoy grace and beauty, the presence of the Mother, and it is well to realize that the Mother in all of her beauty and wisdom must also don the armor, the shield and the sword to go forth as Kali to rescue her children in the name of Christ. I am that I am Jothiel. I am that I am Christine. We are now accelerating the wavelengths of the crown chakra in each one of you as we are able, and we have secured the dispensation of the restoration to you from your own causal body of that which you have been a-building in former golden ages, which has heretofore been sealed in that second band of your causal body, beloved ones. For precious hearts, you realize that your own Christ self would not release to you the fruits of the spirit of the crown chakra while you were embodied in dark ages beset by degeneracy and degeneration spirals. Thus, with all due consideration of your desiring to serve and in consultation with your Holy Christ self, there is restored to you at the etheric body level and at the level of your chakras on the etheric plane, those portions of light of golden illumination's flame that might serve you well, taken from your own treasury and storehouse of your causal body. I counsel you then that you understand this is sealed also by your Christ self, that not by folly or tomfoolery there should in any way be the squandering or misuse of this light. But as you show yourself capable of using wisdom's flame with equanimity, peace, justice, and impartiality, more will be added unto you, immediately accessible then in the plane of the Christ mind. Beloved ones, to increase illumination, as we have said before, by only 1% or 3, to increase the threefold flame and wisdom can make the difference between darkness and light, between success and failure, between joy and self-denial. The wisdom of God is a most precious oil of gladness and a nectar from the crown chakra. May the filling in of the outline of the petals of the crown chakra be for you a daily joy. When you cannot feel the light pulsating through the head, rising on the altar of the spine, remember it is lawful to fast and pray. Remember it is lawful to abstain from excessive uses of the sacred fire and other chakras, to withdraw one's energies from squandering in the world and from being tied to the world through the media. It is lawful to come apart even for 3 hours or 1 or a day, in some manner to find the renewal and the sealing of the figure-8 flow within you. I tell you, those who have this teaching ought to be concerned when they do not feel the fire of the mind of Christ with them in the upper chakras, and they should take necessary steps to use the mantras and the systems of purification and devotion to reestablish this communion. It is a goal to be sought, a prize to be won, and when it is won, it is to be cherished. Thus, above all things, to this higher self and light, be true, and this trust and this truth, established in thee, will see to it that thou canst not be false to any part of life or God. Unless some determine to conserve the sacred fire in order to be world teachers, millions will remain in darkness and in ignorance. Contemplate thy reason for being. Do not respond to me from an outer anxiety or even an outer or mental rigidity. Do not respond from the human level of desperation or of fear or doubt or even of guilt. Put all these things aside, beloved ones. These are not suitable responses to an archangel's call. The call from my heart is to your heart and to your soul. I have infinite patience. I am long-suffering and peaceful. I desire you to come to the light only when you are ready, not only for the light, but for the persecution that its bearers must indeed bear. Therefore, beloved ones, though cycles turn swiftly, though world karma is oncoming and very impatient, I am patient, and you must also be patient with yourselves. We release then the matrix and thought form of the divine architect and the blueprint of the entire inner retreat, the Royal Teton Ranch, and its auxiliary lands and manifestations. Beloved ones, a portion of this grid is intended to be lowered into manifestation in this year, a very key year of the release of the intensity of the sacred fire. Let those who have learned the path of the Buddha as builders hear then the call and identify with their inner calling and reason for being. The weather and the cycles and the months turn, and soon it will be a period of great acceleration. Let those who are there prepare for many who must come, for by the end of the year and this time in 1987, that which is etheric must become physical as a certain portion of this divine blueprint fulfilled. From the heart of Alpha, it is set in the earth, in the ground, in the mountain, in the lands, in the hearts of those around the world who also contain the blueprint and feel the magnet of that retreat. You must be able to serve in health and in abundance, recharged by the fire in the heart of the earth. Thus we have set a place for your victory and for your going forth therefrom, periodically and cyclically as bodhisattvas, caring for the suffering and those who are lost, who have not found the slippers of their ancient guru. Go after them, wash their feet, place upon them the slippers of their ancient path. O Bodhidharma, precious one, now ascended, thou art a part of every chila of the will of God. We have not forgot thy devotion, thy sternness with the beast of the lower self, thy determination to be the best example of teacher on the path. O Maitreya, O Confucius, Lanto, Lao Tzu, Gautama, Padmasambhava, thy feet have left footprints of sacred fire. Now will you not uncover a bit the hiding place of your slippers? For many must find the way. Peace forevermore in the flame of Buddha. Thus, the electromagnetic field is sealed with a heightened flame of illumination.